Hello everyone and welcome. This is Mustafa and you're attending the second session in our SAT writing and grammar course we started before. This is chapter 2 and we're going to talk about comparisons. In this episode you are going to learn how to spot errors in comparisons easily while writing. I will tell you also what are the different types of comparisons. As you can see here, we're going also to talk about the A phrase and the problems with it, and the words that describe quantity. Let's move on to talk about something that's called illogical comparisons. What is illogical comparison? When you read this sentence, you'll understand it. In my opinion, there is no novel more intriguing than Animal Farm. Guys, I have to tell you something. Whenever you have comparison, you have to ask yourself one question to spot the error. What's that question? Here it is. What are the two elements of comparisons in the sentence? What are we actually comparing here? We're comparing other novels with Animal Farm. So what should we use here? We should make it like that. In my opinion, there is no novel more intriguing than the novel of Animal Farm. We have actually to state that it is a novel. We're comparing all the novels with one novel. Now this structure or this sentence is logic, right? Or is logical. Okay, let's move on to the second part, which is illogical comparisons, and we will have some more exercises. Look at the first sentence. Her desire to eat a cup of cake is much stronger than to go for a jog. Yeah, what did I tell you to do whenever you have a comparison? Exactly. Find the two elements of comparisons. What are we comparing here? Are we comparing the cup of cake with going for a jog? Or we are comparing actually the desire? Yeah, so the sentence must be her desire to eat a cup of cake is much stronger than her desire to go for a jog. Now the sentence is balanced and the comparison is logical. Next one. We're going to discuss what we mean by the A phrase and the number agreement. Whenever you have the letter A in a sentence, you have to wait and think. What should you spot? Read the first sentence. Despite their parents' refusal, they both wanted to be a musician. Okay, what's the pronoun here? The pronoun is they. And where is a here? Exactly, this is the indefinite article a, and it always makes confusion whenever it's in the sentence. What's the problem here? Yeah, whenever you say a musician, here we have they and here we have a musician. They, a musician. Is it connected? I mean, is it right here? Of course not. How should we fix that problem? Despite the parents' refusal, they both wanted to be musicians. Okay, that's what we call the A phrase. Whenever you have the A letter, or not letter here, the indefinite article A or N, you have to stop and ask yourself something, whether it's singular or plural. Okay, let's move on to other exercises. Both Christy and Tom are an administrator in the office. What's the problem here? Yeah, an administrator. Because we are talking about two people here and we mentioned only one. This sentence to be correct, it has to be changed to both Christy and Tom are administrators in the office. Now it is logical one. Okay. The third problem today is in the countable and uncountable nouns. What are the countable and uncountable nouns that we have problems in? We generally have problems in these words. We use them inappropriately. So the first one, fewer, many, number. Whenever you have the word fewer or many or the number of something, you have to get a countable noun. And whenever you have these words, less, much, and amount, you have to use an uncountable noun. Let's have some examples. Okay, there are much more decorations on this wall than I had expected. I would like you to have a look at the word decoration here. Is it singular or plural? Yeah, exactly, it's plural. Look at the word much here. Is it used with countable or uncountable nouns? Yeah, exactly, it's used with uncountable nouns. So the problem is in much. How should we change it? It'll become there are many more decorations on this wall than I had expected. And to be honest, I have to say that most of people find it difficult to spot this mistake while in exams or any test. Okay, you have to train yourself on how to spot this error later. Let's find also the other mistakes in comparing two and comparing three and more. Look at these sentences. Look at these words: among, between, est, more, most, less, and least. What are the problems in these words? Okay, let's have an example. There is no enmity between John, Patrick, and Treasure. Where is the mistake here? Yes, the mistake is in between. However, when you read the sentence for the first time, you think it's correct, right? Because you might write this also. You might write this sentence while you're writing any paragraph or writing any essay. You might use this sentence. What's the mistake here? We have to change actually between to among. Why? Because between is used whenever you're talking about two people, two elements, two situations, two groups, right? But the word among, you're using it when you're talking about more than two elements. Here in that sentence, we have John, Patrick, and Treasure. They are three. You can never use between. You have to use among. Let's take another example. This test is more easier than the one we took last month. I've also noticed that most of people would write this sentence in a writing task. That's why I had included it in this lesson, to avoid it later. Look at the word more and look at the word easier. We have here the ER and we have here more. Two sorts of comparisons in the same sentence. You have to change it to become this test is easier than the one we took last month. You have only to change it to become easier or more easy. You have two choices here: more easy or easier. Both are right, but you can never include them both in one sentence. I hope this session is helpful to you. If you liked it, please like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you so much, and see you in the other episode, inshallah. Bye.